my name is Leslie, and today's class, Power Over Stress, we will talk about managing stress in times of social distancing. The coronavirus pandemic has affected every one of us in different ways. It has forced us to change our daily routines at home, work, school, and within the communities we live. Recommendations to practice social distancing have affected the way we connect with the people we love. Although the situation is temporary, this situation has caused many of us, our friends, our family members, and neighbors to feel worried, stressed, and overwhelmed as we try our best to cope with this new normal. It's important to know that you are not alone and you are not powerless. You're probably wondering, how can we cope during these uncertain times? What can I do? This presentation will go over what is stress, the effects of stress, and relaxation techniques that you can practice to better deal with the stress and emotions that you may be experiencing as a result of this big change to our lives. How do you know when you're stressed? What happens? What does your body feel like when you're stressed? Perhaps you worry a lot more, or maybe you get upset more easily. Not everyone reacts the same to stress, but it is important to recognize when you feel stress so that we can take action to manage it. Let's talk more about what is stress and how it affects our health. Stress is how our brain and body responds to a demand or situation. It can be short-term, which is a stress we experience for a short moment, or it can be long-term, such as a stress that is ongoing or what we call chronic stress. This is a stress that happens more often or never seems to go away. While everyone experiences stress, it affects us each so differently. And how you respond to the coronavirus outbreak will depend on many things. Some people can seem to brush it off, while others react more strongly about the situation. All stress is important to manage, but long-term stress is very important to pay attention to because it can be harmful to our health. There is no doubt that the coronavirus pandemic has been a stress trigger for many people and can cause strong emotions in both adults and children. Stress during a health crisis can affect us in many ways and can include fear and worry about your own health and the health of your loved ones, changes in sleep or eating patterns such as not getting enough sleep or sleeping more than usual or eating too much or too little, trouble sleeping or concentrating, or chronic health problems such as high blood pressure or diabetes that are getting worse, or mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety that are also getting worse. This can also include the increased use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. Have you been experiencing any of these lately? Or maybe you know somebody who has. This is a sign that you are stressed, and it is important to practice techniques that will help you better manage it. So why is it important to manage stress? Stress has effects on our body that we can and can't feel. Long-term or chronic stress can affect our immune system, which is the way our bodies protect us from getting sick, which is very important especially during the coronavirus outbreak. It can affect our digestion, or the way our body uses the food we eat to get nutrients like vitamins and minerals. It affects our sleep and emotions. Over time, continued strain on the body from stress may lead to heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and mental disorders like depression or anxiety. If you already have these conditions, it may cause them to get worse. It's important to know that long-term stress is harmful to our health. When you manage stress, this will help your body better deal with the changes that happen, even if there are changes that we can't feel. This will also help you deal with a stressful situation better the next time you feel stressed. What are relaxation techniques and why use them? Relaxation techniques are techniques that can help you feel better when you're stressed. They are skills that require practice. They will not cure all stress, but it is a helpful tool that you can start using right away. Different relaxation techniques will work for different people, but those who practice them more often will begin to feel more comfortable with the different techniques and are more likely to see the benefits. The important thing is to find one or more techniques that work for you. Let's take a closer look at what they are. Relaxation techniques are used to produce the body's natural relaxation response. They involve focusing your attention on something calming and increasing awareness of how your body feels. It's a process that decreases the effects of stress on the mind and the body. They are meant to release tension and work against the negative effects of stress on our body, as well as the effects of emotions like sadness, anger, and frustration. These techniques can also help you cope with everyday stress and the stress that is related to dealing with many health problems like heart disease or chronic pain. Relaxation techniques are generally considered safe, but some people with serious psychological issues or a history of abuse may experience feelings of emotional discomfort during these techniques. It's rare, but it's important that people discuss these techniques with their doctors before trying them. Once you know what the stress feels like for you, you can make a conscious effort to practice relaxation techniques the moment you start to feel them. Let's review a few techniques. Focusing on breathing is a common feature of many relaxation techniques. Deep breathing has many names, such as abdominal breathing, belly breathing. With this technique, air comes in through the nose, fills up the lungs, and the lower belly rises. This allows your body to get the full amount of oxygen and can slow down your heartbeat. It can lower or stabilize your blood pressure and reduce those feelings of anxiety. Let's try it together. Sit or lie down in a comfortable spot. Relax your stomach muscles and place one hand right below your ribs. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel your hand go up. And breathe out slowly through your mouth, all the way until you feel your hand go back down. You'll want to repeat this 4 times. Let's try it one more time just to practice. Take a slow deep breath in through your nose and feel your hand go up. Breathe out slowly through your mouth, all the way until you feel your hand go back down. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes a little faster. And breathing deeply can help you feel calmer. So practice deep breathing to help it make it easier for you to recognize when you need to breathe deeply during a stressful situation. The body scan is another useful technique that is used to bring awareness to those sensations throughout the entire body. And it's specifically used to help increase mindfulness. Mindfulness is that moment-to-moment awareness of your own experience without judgment. There are a lot of proven benefits of mindfulness. Besides reduced stress, mindfulness has been shown to improve memory and focus. People are less emotionally reactive. There is improved satisfaction in relationships and more flexibility in your thinking, as well as a reduction in repeatedly going over something in your mind again and again. This body scan technique can be done lying down, sitting, or whatever position is really comfortable for you. Let's try it together. Lie on your back in a quiet, comfortable place. If you're seated, adjust your body so that it's comfortable in the chair, and you'll want to let your body sink down in a comfortable position. You may want to consider closing your eyes and begin to breathe naturally. Starting with your left foot, imagine that you're taking a tour of your body, one part at a time. How does your heel feel against the surface it's touching? Is your foot warm? Is it cool? When you're done scanning your foot, move up to your ankle. Then move up to your calf, and knee, and thigh. Spending time focusing on how each body part feels before moving on to the next. You'll want to repeat this process on the right side of your body, then move up to your stomach, arms, neck, and head. If your mind starts to wander, it's okay. Just return your attention to the part of the body that you had been focusing on. Next, feel how the different parts of your body connect. What does it feel like when your neck connects to your head or your hand to the wrist? Finish by focusing on your skin and whatever sensations you feel. This exercise is taken from the Chronic Disease Self-Management Program, which is an evidence-based program developed by Stanford University. Over time, the body scan strengthens the ability to deal with those unexpected, stressful situations. This technique helps as it helps bring awareness to the sensations in all parts of your body. By focusing your attention on these sensations and simply observing them, you begin to increase your level of mindfulness. Over time, this strengthens your ability to deal with whatever comes your way and can help you manage stress more easily. Let's move on to talk about visualization and guided imagery. These techniques involve the use of imagination to help put the body in a more relaxed state. Just as your body can become tense and stressed in response to thoughts that make us angry or anxious, it can also become more calm and relaxed in response to peaceful and pleasant thoughts. Visualization and guided imagery involves creating mental images that can take a visual journey to a peaceful place or situation. This technique not only uses your mind, but it also uses as many senses as possible: smell, sight, sound, and touch. You can use deep breathing during this exercise too. To do this exercise, you may want to close your eyes or sit in a quiet spot. Loosen any tight clothing and concentrate on your breathing, trying to get that natural rhythm as well. Try to focus on the present and think positive thoughts. And focus on a place or situation that is truly relaxing to you. Now, this definitely might not be the same for everyone. What kind of scene or place is calming to you? If the beach is your calming place, imagine being there. Think about the smell of the salt water, the sound of the crashing waves, and the warmth of the sun on your skin. Focus on each sensation you are experiencing in this visualization and how it makes you feel at peace. You can practice visualization for anywhere from 1 minute to 10 minutes or more. Focus on what works for you. It's important to know that you are not alone, and you are not powerless. We are certainly human, and we all experience stress differently, but coping with stress will make you and the people you care about stronger. While it is tempting to focus on the things that we cannot control, there are many things that you can do to feel better about the situation, and we can remain hopeful about the future. Here are some tips to manage your stress during these new and challenging times. Focus on self-care. Take time each day to do something that brings you joy, whether it's knitting, writing in a journal, gardening, or looking at a favorite family photo. Try to keep your daily schedule as regular as you can. This means you can also continue to wake up and go to sleep at your usual time. And get some sunlight. It is still okay to go outside of your patio and get some sunlight, or go for a walk around your block while keeping your distance from other people. Over time, your feelings about stress can change, but it's important to always look for ways to take care of yourself. Limit the intake of news. Doing so can help manage difficult or upsetting feelings. Now more than ever, it seems easier to get information, whether it's on the TV, our phones, computers, or local newspaper. It's important to stay informed, but if you find yourself feeling upset or sad, it's important to limit the amount of news you watch and hear. Try to limit it to no more than 20 minutes a day. That might also mean asking friends or other loved ones to stop sharing information to protect your feelings, or asking people if it's okay for you to share information before you do it. Focus on what is within your power, such as washing your hands frequently with soap and water, trying to maintain a 6-foot distance from people, and prevent touching your face. Create or maintain social support. Share your concerns and problem solve with a family member or a friend. You may find it helpful to talk things out. Even if you just want someone to listen, you can let them know that you don't need advice, but that you just want to share your feelings. For example, "I'm really stressed about this situation. Can I tell you about it?" The recommendation for physical distancing does not mean that we cannot talk to those we love, so find ways to connect with family and friends through social media, phone, or FaceTime. This can also include writing notes for our neighbors or writing letters. Now, let's talk a little bit more about some techniques that can help us also feel better. Here are other techniques that you can use now or in the future to help you deal with a stressful situation. First of all, you can exercise. People who are active every day cope better with stress and sleep better at night. Examples include yoga and stretching that can be done through guided videos on YouTube. or aerobic activity, which is activity that gets your heart to beat faster, such as walking, jogging, hiking, swimming. Exercise doesn't have to happen in the gym or in a fitness class. It can be done in the comfort of your own home. Focus on finding an exercise that you enjoy. Forcing yourself to do an exercise you don't like may actually increase your stress. Try to aim for 30 minutes of exercise a day and do this a few times a week. And make sure your exercise causes your heart to beat a little faster. This will help your body release endorphins, or those feel-good chemicals that we can't see but help us feel better even after we exercise. Also practice time management. Plan ahead when you can, make a list, break tasks into smaller ones, and do the most important things first. Work on changing your mindset. This is a hard one. But like everything, it takes practice. Start by recognizing your thoughts about the things that stress you out. If you find yourself constantly worrying about the things you cannot change, try to set your attention on something that you can change, or think about something positive about your day. And try to remove stress when and where you can. If your family tends to argue or stress you out, you cannot change your family, but you can remove yourself from the situation or the argument for a brief moment and walk around the block or practice the deep breathing techniques. While you're stressed, it's important to eat healthy. So eat regularly, avoid added sugar, include healthy fats, eat your vegetables every day, include high fiber foods, and sleep more instead of drinking more coffee or drinks with caffeine. Remember to also drink a lot of water. And learn to say no when you have too much going on. It's also okay for you to ask for help so that you don't feel like you have to do it all. Thank you so much for joining me. We look forward to seeing you virtually again next week and at one of our community resource centers as soon as we can. Until then, stay active, healthy, and informed.